Hey, here's a short video of my Jessem Mite-R-Slide on my Incra router table positioner. It's just a 17-inch. Alright, so it slides pretty well. It's real smooth. Got it dialed in well. Just a 3/4 inch thick MDF. I'm feeling the same amount of friction as I feel over here. Just goes to show you that's close enough. So if you're making box joints, even dovetails, the system will work pretty well. How it's mounted, I just used all the original hardware. You can tell where it's mounted on my Incra fence. These are 1 inch wide blocks by 3/4 inch thick MDF. Obviously, plywood probably work even better, but it's just what I had around, so it was easy. Anyway, the reason I got this was to replace Incra's right angle fixture. You can tell that I had to shim up the right angle fixture just to get it at 90 degrees, which is kind of a nuisance. Got decent results, still not that satisfied. I feel a little bit better about the results I got with this system. Another thing too is with Incra, most people are familiar with this. It uses these nylon screws, which just aren't that great. Some people are happy with them, I wasn't. Another thing too is you can tell with this right angle fixture, you have some space underneath for the router bit to go through. I caught it at one spot, you can see there. It's not very hard to do. Nice thing about this one is I could go ahead and just put in a new 3/4 inch thick piece of scrap to replace this anytime I want to do a through cut. And as long as I don't have the bit height too high, I mean there's probably a good 1.5 inch clearance right there, then I basically have a 0 clearance backing board, which is pretty handy. Anyway, it's a pretty good system, a little expensive, but you can mount it to it, to the Incra positioner, and then I think you kind of end up with a ultimate setup. I would not use this necessarily as a coping sled. This really is here just to replace the Incra right angle fixture. The reason I wouldn't use it for a coping sled is because there isn't that great of clamping spots. So what that does is kind of creates an unsafe situation. So I prefer the Woodpecker's coping sled and have that right there. It works well. Then I clamp the piece down and have more control. But the nice thing about this is I was able to mount it on there, and it's cutting close, but these actually do not cross the plane of this fence. It is close, but it's definitely doable to where you can just move this thing out of the way, and then you're good to go. I also have the high fence back here. I took it off while I was mounting it. I haven't put it back on to see if it worked, but I mean, you can see the mounting brackets right here. I mean, depending on the operation you're doing, you can probably just move this out of the way over here. I think it might fit. So anyway, it looks like you kind of get to keep all your options, and don't really need to worry about losing anything with this system. So anyway, good option. As you can see, all these parts again came with it. I didn't have to buy a bracket. This bracket came standard with the Mite-R-Slide, so it's just a matter of getting some scrap, some 3/4 inch plywood or MDF, and attaching these blocks here. So The screws that they came with weren't long enough, so I just picked up some other ones. So you'll need some longer bolts here, so you probably need, looks to me, about 2 inches or 1.75 inches long bolt. I don't know what the machine sizes are, but you can always look that up online at their manual and then pick those up ahead of time if you want. But alright, that's all I have for you. So